Good morning and thanks for tuning in. You're watching our mid-morning edition of Arirang News on this April 29th. Coming to you live from Seoul, I'm Shin Se-min. Before we begin, these are the stories we're following at this hour. South Korea's National Assembly will be handling another extra budget aimed at providing emergency relief funds to Korean households as the nation struggles to cushion the economic impact from the COVID-19 pandemic. South Korea's overall industrial output edged down in March, both in manufacturing and non-manufacturing industries, largely due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Private consumption was also down by 1%, adding to worries of a slowing economy. Plus, with the North Korean leader not being seen in public for weeks, Pyeongyang has reported that the regime's number 3 in power made inspections of economic-related facilities. And the regime, through its video clips, shows that it is doing just fine, dispelling reports of COVID-19 cases inside the state. We start with a look at some of the latest gloomy data coming out of South Korean economy. South Korea's monthly industrial output edged down 0.3% in the month of March, due in large part to the COVID-19 outbreak. Mining and manufacturing industries performed better despite the pandemic, but service production was down over 4%. Consumption was also down by 1%, while facility investment increased well over 7%. Indicators showing current and future economic condition both fell by the biggest amount in over a decade. And the BOK's business sentiment index for all industries was down 3 points on month to 51, a low not seen since December 2008. The economic sentiment index, which includes consumer sentiment, fell 8 points to over 55, and readings below 100 means pessimists outnumber optimists. As part of efforts to cushion the crushing economic blow caused by the coronavirus outbreak, South Korea's National Assembly later this evening is set to pass the government's second supplementary budget. Rival political parties plan to finish reviewing the government's extra budget proposal worth some $11.7 billion in the afternoon and pass the budget during a plenary session scheduled for 9 p.m. Korea time. Once passed, the government plans to distribute emergency disaster relief money to some 21.7 million households nationwide by mid-next month. The amount will vary depending on household size, with families of 4 be getting at about $800, while 2-member households will be getting around $500. South Korea's finance chief says the country will, from the next month, be providing $8.2 billion worth of new relief loans to small businesses that's been slammed by the COVID-19 pandemic. At an economy-related ministers' meeting this morning, Finance Minister Hong Nam-gi said the rescue plan comes as the global economy is faced with an unprecedented crisis and recession. Hong also echoed the president's remarks of establishing a kind of a Korean New Deal to spur job creation. He also said it would prepare the country for life after the COVID-19 pandemic and prepare it for the fourth industrial revolution. He also added that the virus shock is starting to deal a great blow to South Korea's economic sentiment, real economy, and job market. A closely clustered spate of national holidays starting this week make it possible for many Koreans to have a 6-day vacation. And many of those lucky ones plan to travel around the country, soaking up the spring sunshine. But health authorities here in the nation are stressing the COVID-19 pandemic is not over yet, and people should continue to avoid big groups and practice social distancing guidelines. Our Chang Tae-hyun reports.
South Korea will celebrate Buddha's birthday this Thursday, Labor Day this Friday, and Children's Day on Tuesday. That means some people can end up with a 6-day vacation just by booking a day or two off work. And many of those people are planning to take this chance to get out from the city. Seoul Station has been relatively empty due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but the number of passengers is slowly starting to increase. After being stuck at home for much of the year so far, people are jumping on this chance to travel.
My child hasn't been going to kindergarten for 2 months, and we feel so frustrated staying at home for such a long time. That's why we're planning to go glamping.
Since it's almost impossible to travel overseas, people are heading to parts of the country that aren't too crowded.
We're planning to travel for 2 nights and 3 days starting from the Thursday. Due to the coronavirus, we're heading to Pyeongyang County, where not many people are heading.
While traveling abroad is out of the question, many are planning to fly to Jeju Island. The Transport Ministry said that around 2,600 flights are operating during this vacation period, which is an 80% increase on the number of flights earlier this month. However, health authorities are worried that this vacation might cause the spread of the coronavirus. The Korea Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says that people should travel in small groups and keep their distance from others. Chang Tae-hyun, Arirang News.
And now to the latest on how the world is battling out the coronavirus. The United States has surpassed 1 million confirmed cases of COVID-19. That's a third of all reported global infections. The death toll in that country has also surpassed 58,000. Over in Russia, COVID-19 infections have spiked to over 90,000 cases, making the country the 8th hardest hit country in the world. Over in Europe, Spain has reported a total of more than 232,000 cases and 23,000 deaths. The Spanish government, however, has announced plans to gradually ease the state of emergency in 8 weeks from new. Now, Italy's death toll exceeded over 27,000, but the nation is set to start reopen businesses starting May 4th. As some European nations are easing national lockdowns next month, some families are being shocked to discover a never-before-seen inflammatory skin condition affecting their young children. Experts say as yet unknown condition could be linked to coronavirus. Our Choi Won-jung reports.
Many families in Europe are racked with worry due to the new inflammatory skin condition affecting their kids. Making matters all the more concerning, some doctors have suggested the condition might be linked to COVID-19.
This very inflammatory kind of condition, which we think is due to the body's immune response overreacting to the condition, is actually similar to some of the COVID syndromes that are seen in adults.
Spain, a country hit hard by COVID-19, has reported an unspecified number of cases of this yet identified skin condition. In the UK, Britain's Pediatric Intensive Care Society reported that doctors have started to notice an increased number of children with this skin condition over the past 3 weeks. Some doctors said the new condition, although very rare, is similar to toxic shock syndrome or Kawasaki disease, a rare blood vessel disorder that causes high fever, rashes, cracked skin, and abdominal pain.
We're not sure at the moment. It's really too early to say whether there is a link. But what I should say, as we said already this afternoon, is our advice to parents is that this sort of disease is very, very rare.
Health officials in the UK have begun investigating the new condition to see whether there's a link between the skin condition and COVID-19. Choi Won-jung, Arirang News.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo spoke with his Swedish counterpart on Tuesday local time to discuss crucial issues, including North Korea and the global response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The U.S. State Department said Pompeo expressed his desire to close transatlantic cooperation on the pandemic as both nations look to boost their economic ties. Sweden plays an important role in North Korea's denuclearization as it has hosted negotiations between Washington and Pyeongyang near Stockholm last October, inviting both sides to return whenever they are ready. Sweden also previously helped secure the release of U.S. detainees in the north. With North Korean leader Kim Jong-un out of the public eye over the past few weeks, the North's state-run news media is reporting that the regime's third most powerful official has been out and about, making on-site inspections. Also, an economic delegation from North Korea is also set to visit Beijing, but reports say it has no connection with questions over Kim Jong-un's health. Our Lee Seung-jae with more.
With North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's whereabouts still a mystery, many consider his younger sister Kim Yo-jong to be next in line in case a power shift is needed. However, others speculate there could be another option, one who does not have the Kim family blood, Pak Pong-ju. Pak, the vice chairman of the State Affairs Commission, is widely considered third in line after the North Korean leader's younger sister. While Kim Jong-un has stayed out of public view for more than 2 weeks, North Korea's state media reported Tuesday on Pak's public activity. According to the Korean Central News Agency, the premier made an on-site inspection of Kim Jong-suk Pyeongyang textile factory in the country's capital and other economy-related facilities. Pak was also last seen paying tribute at the Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, along with other top North Korean officials. Meanwhile, according to Reuters, a North Korean economic delegation is set to visit Beijing this week to discuss food supplies and trade issues as the COVID-19 pandemic has had a severe impact on the country's food supply. The delegation is headed there amid conflicting reports about the health of Kim Jong-un. Reuters cited anonymous sources as saying the visit is unrelated to Kim's health status. They added the delegation were already scheduled to meet with officials from China's Ministry of Commerce to discuss trade and bolstering food imports before questions surfaced about Kim's health. Lee Seung-jae, Arirang News.
And North Korea has also released video clips in a bid to show the regime is doing just fine despite media reports claiming its leader Kim Jong-un is gravely ill. In one of those videos, North Korea also claimed that there are no COVID-19 cases within its borders. Our Yoon Jung-min tells us more.
Despite the swell of health rumors rolling around North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, life on the streets of Pyeongyang remained normal this week, at least according to video clips filmed by news agency APTN. North Koreans on the street are seen wearing face masks due to the regime's coronavirus crackdown. North Korea also uploaded a video clip titled True or False on its social media to claim there is no panic buying in the north as some foreign media have suggested. Well, I don't think so. Products from a fruit farm along Taedonggang River actually got cheaper.
I think the fake news is the last thing we need in such fierce battle time with COVID-19. And it is another reason that we should keep vigilance for.
To shirk off claims by some experts that the COVID-19 situation would be severe in North Korea, the video showed colleges that it claims opened after just 2 months, saying it was possible as there are no cases of the virus thanks to a thorough quarantining system. It appears North Korea is voicing out by using propaganda to dispel rumors surrounding Kim Jong-un's reported ill health. Yoon Jung-min, Arirang News.
Shifting focus, Samsung Electronics' quarterly results are in. The company confirmed Wednesday that its first quarterly operating profit was up 3.4% from a year ago as strong demand for semiconductors canceled out the slump in display panels amid the coronavirus pandemic. And the world's leading chip and smartphone maker said its operating income was at $5.2 billion and its sales were up over 5.5%, while net profit fell 3% in the first 3 months of this year. And according to the latest report by the U.S. research company Display Supply Chain Consultants, worldwide premium TV shipments rose 42% on year to 2.4 million units in the first quarter of the year. Samsung's revenue share makes up to 54% of the market and LG 24%, followed by Sony with 8%. And the rise in shipments was attributed to more affordable models, with Chinese players increasing their market share.
Good morning. We can surely tell that summer is just around the corner and UV rays will be very strong all day today, so be sure to apply plenty of sunblock and wear sunglasses. Dry weather alerts also remain in place across much of the country. So daily highs will be 1 to 3 degrees higher than yesterday, Seoul getting up to 21 degrees, Daegu at 25 and Gyeongju at 26 degrees this afternoon. In fact, the warming trend will kick in over the next few days. Daegu will have a bit of taste of summer as temperatures will be soaring to 30 degrees Celsius on Friday and Saturday. Seoul should also notice much warmer conditions. Meanwhile, rain is in the forecast for parts of East Coast and Gangwon Province and southern regions for next 4 days. Be aware that Jeju will see rain on Saturday and Sunday. So if you're planning to head to Resort Island, bring an umbrella. That's Korea for you, and here's the international weather for viewers around the globe.
And that is it for this edition of Arirang News. As always, thanks for watching.